Hello guys, welcome back to Flexbox in CSS3. In this course I will teach you step-by-step usage of Flexbox, and also we will learn how we can use Flexbox to make a responsive website. But before working on practically, we need to know the Flexbox, the two axes of the Flexbox. When working with Flexbox, you need to think in terms of two axes: the main axis and the cross axis. The main axis is defined by the flex direction, which has four possible values: row, row reverse, column, and also column reverse. Should you choose row or row reverse, your main axis will run along the row in the inline direction, means strength of the line, row wise, right? The main axis is like this one. When you will assign the flex direction, it will display the content one by one, means A, B, C, row wise. It's called main axis if you defined the direction row, right? Choose the column or column reverse, and your main axis will run from the top of the page to the bottom. In the block direction, you have an idea on about the inline direction or inline block and block direction, so you can easily understand that. So here is the column. When you will assign the direction column, so it will call top and bottom. It's called main axis of the column. Let me give you an example on the each row and column section. So this is a very basic knowledge. Then we will understand the alignment. Then we will work on the website to make a responsive website using Flexbox. So let's get started to work on this. So I will create an ID container. This is my parent. Inside the parent, I will write the div. I will write the class item multiple by 3, and in each section I will use h2 and use box 1, box 2, and this will be box 3. Right? So those are 3 boxes inside our container. So this is a called parent, and those are childs. When you will use Flexbox, so you need to assign the Flexbox inside your container or inside your parent. Inside the child section, you will define or you will use any tags like a UL tags or heading tags. You can do that. So you need to define the flex on the parent section. So let me give you an example on that. I write the style tag, and first I'm going to style my background will be 444, not F4. And I'm going to use border will be 1 pixel solid CCC, right? And then I'm going to use padding. All side will be 1.5 rem. 1.5 rem. And I'm going to also change the font family. So those are our boxes. Each box have a value 1, 2, 3. I'm going to show you on the top. So when you will use Flexbox, so you need to call the container, this one, or you can say that parent. So I call parent curly bracket. You need to use display property and write the flex. This is a call Flexbox. When you will save it, it will display the row wise. The default flex direction is a row, right? So 1, 2, 3. Then the next thing is the flex direction. It is very important. Flex direction. So there are 4 values. We have discussed all about it on presentation time. So the default value is a row. First I'm going to save that. You can't see any changes on the page, right? Then I comment it. I write again flex direction. Then the second value is a row reverse. When you will use row reverse, it will change this one section on the right side, and our 3 value will be appear in the first section, and you will able to see changes on there. As you can see, 3 2 1 change the 1 box and 3 box. The second 1 box is still on the same position, but the complete container position has been changed now. So this is the call flex. I'm going to comment that, save that. You will able to see the default settings, right? Then the next have a flex. I'm going to use flex direction column. Save. It will display top of the bottom 1 2 3. First I'm going to assign the width, then you will understand better than on this time. So I'm going to use 250 pixel. As you can see guys, 1 2 3, top of the top, bottom. Then the next thing have a column reverse. First I'm going to comment that, and it's working similar like a flex row reverse. It will display the bottom to top. Column reverse. So save that. As you can see, 1 2 3, bottom to top, right? So I'll leave that and use default setting, but those are values that are used inside the flex section, right? Then the next thing have a what? First I'm going to show you wrap. I paste bunch of divs, save that, and I'm able to see the scroll bar appeared inside my page. I want to remove this one, so I will use flex wrap class inside this one section. So I call flex wrap and call wrap. It will display on 1 by 1, as you can see. I also use the margin. All side will be 0.5 50 rem, so it will display, right? I will remove the 3 divs, so you will understand better then. Then the next property is flex no wrap. So I use flex wrap, I call no wrap. First I'm going to say that it's appeared in the default settings. If you want to use those inside the single section or single property, you can do this. So I'm going to comment that. First I'm going to save that, and I call flex flow. So you can use row and no wrap, right? Or you can use wrap, right? As you can see. So those are values that are used inside the Flexbox. Let me give you another example on another property. First I'm going to save that, and I also remove this one there. So I have 2 boxes. I want to display this one in the large size. This one is a large size, and second one will be appear in the small size on the same line. So what I need to do on there, I need to use flex property, flex. So first I'm going to use in the atom class will be 2. So both values are changed now, but I want to display this one is a large, or this first box value or width will be increase, and second box value or width will be decrease. I want to use this one section, so I will use the atom2 class, or you can use any class on there and call that. So when you will use the flex 2 on the first one, so I'm going to remove this one to use 1. No, I will use 2 on there, and inside there I'm going to use flex 1. Means I want to display the box 1 value will increase, or size will increase, the second box value will decrease. So as you can see, the first box's values decrease, or width will increase, has been increased now. right? So you can also use a 0.50, you can do that, right? So you can also use the less than on there, you can do this. As you can see, you can manage that with the help of flex direction, right? So this is a very basic knowledge of Flexbox. In the next video we're going to discuss all about the flex alignment. It is very important. So thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day. Hey guys, welcome back. In this video we're going to discuss all about the Flexbox alignment. It is very important to manage the content. So I'm going to teach you step-by-step usage of alignment in Flexbox. So let's get started to work on that. But before working on that, I'm going to copy this one style to my item class. I just set the time, right? And right, so this is our style inside our boxes. So I call the container and write the display flex, right? So it display row wise. Then the alignment property is very helpful and important to understand that. So I'm going to use the alignment. This is called align items horizontal, right? So I call justify content, and those are properties, I mean values, which are used inside the justify content property. So you can choose anyone as you want. So for example, I want to display my complete content inside the center, so just write center. The complete content appear inside the center on the page, right? So I comment that and use another property, like I want to display all the things in the end, start end, flex end. So it will display the right side. The default justify content is the right side. Default value is right side. I comment that and save it. It appear inside the right, I mean left side, sorry. Right, then the next property have a flex start. This is a default, right? Another property have a, just a minute, I use the space around. It will display the space all sides one by one, as you can see in this starting time, second time, third time, and fourth time. This is a call space around all the sides, and the next one have a space between. So space between has been used to remove the first one space from there and display the space after the first one box and second one box. Then the third one is space evenly. It will display the space equally all sides one by one, as you can see. So this is the call alignment items. Then the next property is very important. First I'm going to set that, and I will use the divs, right, and 12, right, and then I use flex wrap and called. And also I'm going to assign the background color on there. It will be 333. Then the next property is very important to manage the content, but you need to assign the height, right? So I'm going to assign the height. This is a call align items vertical. So I'm going to use the height will be 600 pixel of the container, right, as you can see. But we need to use the property name is align items. So those are properties, you can use that inside the vertical section, I think I need to use the more than this on there, so you will understand better then. So as you can see, I also use margin and yes, margin. I'm going to use 1 gram all side, then you will understand better than normal time. And also I will use the width. I'm going to use self base. It's similar like width, but this time I'm going to use flex bases. So you can use the 200 pixel. So I remove the third 3 and just a minute. Right, so we will use the property on align items on there. So the first one is the align item baseline. I'm gonna comment that. The second property is align item center, so it will display in the center, as you can see. And the third property have first I'm gonna just a minute, I'm gonna remove those values, and I'm gonna use this one property in there, right, as you can see in the center. And also I use the center on there, right, has 3 boxes appeared in the center, and you can use the baseline. So I'm gonna comment out the starting time. And the next property have align items will be flex and to display the bottom of the page. And then the next have align items will be start. It is default, right? So I comment that. Then the next property is very important. So do you want to display the particular box in the center? So you can use the property with the name of self base. But before using that, I'm gonna use same thing. I'm gonna show you another property. First I'm gonna comment that I will remove 6 boxes. So, 3 more, right? So I'm going to show you another property that is very helpful. I'm going to show you. So where it is, right, align items vertically where extra space, right? So we're going to use the align content property that help us to manage your content. As you can see, remove the space from the page. Before using that, I'm going to comment that, and the default is like this one. So you can use the flex and to display complete content on the bottom, and you can use the flex start to display the complete content on the top, right? And also have many other properties like first I'm going to uncomment that, and I'm going to use flex, not flex, space between, space around, sorry, have a space in the all sides. I also remove the 6 boxes, then you will understand in the small screen. 1 2 3 6, right? As you can see, you will understand better than in the small screen. I don't need to open again and again browser, right? So I comment that, and I use same property, but I change the value like space between to make a space between on them, right? So those are properties that are used. Alignment, align the vertically where you have an extra space. Right, so save that. So let's talk about the another bit of property. I'm going to remove those values and I just leave the 3 values, and I want to display the second box. Also use text align center. I want to display the second one box will appear in the center. So first I'm going to comment that, and I have assigned the values classes on each. Have a different class like atom1, atom2 and atom3, right? So I want to display the atom2 in the center, right? So I call atom2 and I just call align cell will be center, so it will display the center, but we need to use the property like this one, not this one. I think where it is, I just remove the right. So here is a second box has been appeared in the center, as you can see, because I have used the baseline, or you can use any property on there. First I'm going to comment that and I'm going to comment that, as you can see, but I use the baseline to display the content in the center on the top, but I want to target the specific content will appear in the center, so I just target the particular class and also have a particular property, right? So let's talk about the order. If you want to change the order, for example, this is a box 1, this is a box 2 and this is 3. I want to display this one box or this one value on there and this one will there. You can do that, or you can change any values or any box order. So let me give you an example on that. So this is the box atom1. So in the atom1 I call order display on the 3. I want to display the 1 atom on the 3 side, and I want to display the second box will appear in the 1, means I want to display this one on there, and also I call the target atom3 class and I want to display this one will be 2. So save, as you can see, box 2, box 1, box 3. Right, you can also change that. This will be 3 and this will be 1, this will be 2. So save, everything is same, right? So I want to display the 3 in the first, and the second one will be second, and first one will be 3, right? Box 2, just a minute, I want to display the box 1 in the start, 3, right? So you can change the order with the help of align atoms, but I also target the particular class like atom1. I'm going to use order 1, then you will understand better than on this time, right? As you can see, so this class is applied on all divs, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, but also I have assigned the particular class name on each div, so I've used those classes inside the order section. So item 1 will have order 1, so you can change that. So 3, 2, 1, so right, it's no changing, but you can change that with the help of order class, right? And also I'm going to use align self on there. It doesn't, just a minute, I'm gonna target, just a minute, I'm gonna target, as you can see, and this will be y, align self will be 3. Okay, as a mistake guys, so right, so this is my mistake. So those are properties that are used inside the Flexbox to manage or manage your layout. So very simple way to use the Flexbox. When you will use Flexbox, then you don't need to use the float property inside the CSS. So in the next video, we're going to discuss all about how we can create a website, responsive website. We're going to use the Flexbox to manage the content. So thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day. Hey guys, let's talk about how we can create a website, responsive website using Flexbox. But before creating a website, I'm going to show you a few things that we need to use inside our project. So I have an images folder. Inside the images folder I have 4 logos and 6 images inside the portfolio section and 3 another team images, and this is the header image. We will use them inside our project, and this is the basic structure of the HTML, and the next have a CSS. This is the empty file, so we will use them to create a responsive website. So I go to my browser and I'm going to show you how you can get the font awesome file, and also we need to use the CDN font awesome. So I'm going to copy the font awesome and then I'm going to add it inside my project. Right, once you've done that, then the next thing you need to use Google fonts, because we will use the Roboto fonts. So I think I already selected on there. As you can see, I select import, copy that and paste to your style.css file, right? Then the next thing we need to create a navbar, right? So write the code navbar start, and this will be closed. So I create a class navbar, but I will use navbar. So inside there I'm going to create a h1 and I'm going to use sporty ul li anchor link, and inside there I'm going to use home. This will be services, and this will be portfolio, about, and the next one will be team, and finally the contact. So first I have that, and I'm going to open that in the live server, right? So I'm going to remove this one. So those are menus, so we will use CSS to manage that. So let's see. The first thing, we need to reset all of the things. So I'm going to use margin 0, padding 0, and also I'm going to use box sizing will be border box. Then I also use font family Roboto and sensitive, so right. The next thing, we need to target the navbar, so I will assign the class navbar, and inside there I'm gonna also assign the class logo. So we will use them to display the navigation bar with logo, right? So I go to select the navbar, use display flex, and I'm going to use color will be white, and I'm going to use justify content will be space between, because I want to display the logo will appear inside the left section, and our menus will be appear in the right side. So save. You can't see the logo because we need to work on that, right? Okay, the next thing, we need to use padding. I'm going to use padding 0.7 RAM, and I'm going to use background color will be dark gray 2E2E 2EF, right? Then the next thing, we need to call navbar UL tag. I'm going to use display flex to manage all the content in the same line, right? Then the next thing, we need to call align item center. I want to display everything in the center, so save, right? And then what is next? Remove the bullets, right? And also, but I will use utility class in there because utility class start, and this will be closed. Inside there we will call utility classes. We will use them multiple times inside our project, so we need to just assign the one-time property, then we don't need to use that again and again inside our project. So I'm going to use anchor link, remove the text operation will be now. When I will call the anchor link inside our project, then we don't need to use this one property inside the particular section. We just assign one time it, right? Right, so let's talk about the neighbor ULLI anchor link, right? So the color will be white, and I'm going to use fading. All side will be 1 rem, and border radius, I'm going to use border radius will be 0.5 pixel. Perfect. Then the next thing is I want to hover the mouse nearby ULLI anchor link, hover, and I will use the hover effect. So I'm going to use background will be E7B500, right? And I'm gonna add the border radius will be 2 pixel. Transition, I'm gonna use 0.5s, but we need to use transition inside our neighbor. So here, transition all. So let's see, right? As you can see. So let's talk about the logo, right? So we will use the logo class to, so I call the logo on there, and I just change the font size will be 2 rem, right? And everything is perfect on there, as you can see. And I will use that inside the anchor link, because inside there I'm going to use index.html and paste this, right? And inside the logo have a anchor link, and I'm going to use color will be white. Perfect. No, I will use color will be I will use the color will be this one, so right. So those are menus, we will use them inside our project. So hope you are understood as well how you can create a menus. In the next video we're going to discuss all about how we can create a showcase section. So thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day. Hey guys, let's talk about how you can create a showcase section inside our page. So after the navbar, I write the comment and call showcase start, and this will be close. So inside this one section I will create a div and assign the ID will be showcase. Inside the showcase I will create another div and I call showcase content. Then inside this one section I will call h2 tag and write some text like welcome to our studio, right? And the next one I'm gonna add that h1, and this will be it's nice to meet you. So first I'm gonna save that, and the text has been appeared inside our page, right? Last thing I'm going to add on the button tag, so I call anchor link and I'm going to call tell me more. Right, so let's manage it inside our showcase start, and this will be closed. So the first thing, we need to target the ID, right, to display the image, right? So I call the background will be URL // images header dot, right? Then I want to use no repeat and display the image center, position is center, and also cover. Perfect. Then the next thing is I will use the height of this one background to display the, so I'm going to call height 100 VH, so right, and also I want to use color will be white. Perfect. Then I call the showcase ID, then I target the showcase content. Inside the showcase content, the first thing I'm going to use the height, because I will display those content in the center. So the first thing, you need to assign the height 100%. Then you need to call display flex, right? Then I'm going to use text justify content will be center, right? But before using that, I'm going to call flex direction will be column wise, right? And I'm going to call align atom will be center, right? Then I will use the padding top and bottom 0, left and right 2 rem. So first I'm going to save that and let's see. So here is our showcase section and this is our main area. So let's manage that. So I go to above and I will find the utility class. This one section, inside there we will create a many things inside there. The first thing is I'm going to call the dot al heading, right? In the al heading, I will use that inside my project multiple times. So I use the font size will be 4 rem and margin will be 1.5 rem, top and bottom, left and right I'm going to use 0, and also I'm going to use line height inside there. In the line height I'm going to use 1 by 1, and also I will create m heading class. So font size will be 2.5 rem, and also I'm going to change the font family in the, I'm going to use 2bchat ms, right? Let's create many other classes. So I create a lead class, so I call font size will be 2.5, no, 1.3 rem, and margin bottom I'm going to use 2 rem. Let's create a btn class. So the btn class, we will use that inside our project multiple times. So I call display inline block and color will be white, right? And background I'm going to use this one, no, not this one. I'm going to use the hash B99717, and I'm going to use padding all side, top and bottom 1 rem, left and right 3 rem, and border none, right? And border radius, I'm going to use radius will be 2 pixel, and also I add the transition all. Last thing I'm going to add on the btn hover effect. So I call background E500, and transition I'm going to use, transition will be 0.56. I've used utility classes inside my utility section, right? Then we will just call them inside our project. We don't need to use them multiple times inside our project or inside our particular section. We just manage that and you will call it multiple times inside your project. So I'm going to show you how you can do that. So I have made the L heading means large heading, M heading means medium heading. So I'm going to copy that large heading and assign that inside my this one section. So as you can see, I'm going to assign the L heading, M heading inside there. So this is our second, and inside this one I'm going to call btn. I just assign the class btn. That's it. So we have managed the content. If you want to use them inside your project, you can do that. You can call it multiple times inside those classes inside your project. So when hover that, it's working fine. Last thing I'm going to show you, I go down or I click to scroll down, I'm not able to see my navbar. So I want to make a sticky navbar. So let's work on that to make a sticky navbar. So just a minute. Okay, and call navbar. So the navbar, I call the position will be sticky, and I call top will be 0, top 0. First I'm going to save that. Let's see. As you can see, so I've used simple position sticky, and also I'm going to add the Z index property to display that in the top. So here is our simple showcase section and our menus. So hope you are understood as well. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day. Hey guys, let's talk about how we can create a services section. But before creating a service section, I'm going to show you a few things. So this is not center of the page, I think. No, it's center. But if you want to face any problem there, so you need to go on your showcase section and select this one class, and you need to use margin top will be negative 70 pixel, or you can use any. So it will move on top, right? As you can see. So hope you are understood as well all about that. So services section, right? Inside the service section, I will display the font away some icon. Services start, and this will be close. I will create a. I will use a section. Section is best that. So I call section. ID will be services, and inside there I'm going to call the container. So but before creating a container, few utility classes we need to add inside our project, because we will use them many times. So let's see. I go to style.css, and this is a utility class. So the first thing I'm going to call the container class. So I call max width will be 1100 pixel, and margin I'm going to use auto. When I will call this one class, then I want to display the complete content in the center of the page, and I'm going to use padding will be 0 pixel top and bottom, left and right I'm going to use 2 rem, and I also use overflow will be hidden. Then the next I'm going to use text primary. I will use that. So I use the text primary inside our logo. Where it is my logo? Here. So we don't need to use that inside. I just use color will be this one, right? And I don't need that because okay, I'll leave that on this time. and also I'll use text sender. So I call the line will be sender. I will call this one class, and another is dummy text. I will call it on later. This time I just use hash 6c 7 d, right? So let's manage the container, manage the services section. So I call the div and assign the class container. When I call the container, then I will display the content in the center. So you need to manage it inside the container class. So I call the h1 and call the services. So inside there I will call the class mHeading, right? Then I call the paragraph tag, and I'm going to use lorem text save, right? The service add text and some other text has been appeared inside our page, and inside the paragraph I'm going to call the delete class, right? As you can see, but I will decrease the font. No, okay, I will decrease the font like this one, right? Another thing is I want to make a space between our showcase section and our services section. So first I'm going to use text center. Inside there I want to display the complete content in the center, so I call the class and call the text center, right? So let's create a utility class that help us to manage the content. So I call p.py1 means padding top and bottom. So I call the padding 1.51. If you want to change that, you can do that. I just use my own settings. So this will be second, and this will be 2 RAM, and just a minute, call it, this will be 3, and 3 RAM, and this will be 4. No, I'll leave the 4, and I will call another padding class, means all side. I just use .p, but I need to use p1 means padding 1. So inside there I will use the all side padding will be 1.5 RAM. When I will call this one class, then I will use this one padding, right? So the next one is p2 will be, what is the 2 RAM, and this will be 3 RAM. So let's fix this one on this one page. So I go to this one page, and inside there I call the py means top and bottom 3, as you can see, right? So hope you are understood as well all about how you can create a utility class and how you can manage that, right? So let's create a, just a minute, I'm going to check that. Okay, just a minute. After the paragraph tag, I'm going to create a div, and I will assign the class items. Inside there I'll create another div and call class item, right? Because I will use this one to display flex to manage my this one content in the center, in the same line. I will create a mini section with the help of item class. So those item classes will appear inside there, right? So let me show you step by step. So inside there I call iTag. I want to display the font away some icon, right? So the first thing I'm going to call the class fa is solid. First I'm going to use solid, and then I call fa cart shopping, right? Then after that I call the h3 tag and call e-commerce. Then I call paragraph and some lorem tags on there. So here is a font away some icon, text, heading and text, right? So I will use small text on there, right, because I want to display it, right? So the first thing I'm gonna manage it. So I want to increase the font away some size, so I call fa -2x. If you want to increase that, you can do that, right? So I will call this one section. I also, okay, I will use this one section, and second time, third time, right? In the second time I will change that to make a responsive section, design, and inside there I'm gonna call fa solid, and this will be fa laptop, right? In the third section I call the web security, right? And everything is perfect on there. Okay, so 3 font away some with 3 sections inside the atom class. So we will manage it with the help of CSS, right? So let's work on the CSS. So I open that, and there I'm gonna call the, just a minute, I call the services start, and this will be closed. So inside there I call the services ID. First I'm going to check that I have assigned the ID or not. Yes, I have assigned the services. Inside the services have a atoms class, right? So this is the parent of the atom classes. I mean, this is a parent and those are child. So we will use that in display flex, right? So I call display flex, right? So let's see, right? And I'm gonna add the padding. All side will be 1 RAM, right? Services, and I think we need to, okay, here is services, right, as you can see. Then the next thing is I'm going to target the services dot atoms and dot atom class, right? So the I use the flex 1 by 1, means I will divide them 1 by 1. So first I'm going to save that, right, because we will use them in CSS in small screen sizes to manage it. And I call text align will be center, right, and I will use padding. All side will be 1 RAM, right? Then I call the services dot atoms dot atom class. Inside the atom class have I class, I mean I tag. I target that. I call the background color is this one, and padding will be 1 RAM all side, and border radius I'm going to use 50%, and margin bottom I'm going to use 1 RAM, and color will be white. So first save that. Let's see, as you can see, guys, right? And I think we need to call the, just a minute, I call the services dot atoms dot atom, and inside there have a, after the heading tag, after this one, what is the name, h3. So I call the h3. I want to make a space, so I call margin bottom will be 0.5 rem, right? Have a perfect position on there, as you can see, and my content is up here in the center. Last thing I'm gonna add on there will be this will be I want to manage it to services. First I'm going to check that this will be and this will be, so I copy the lead class and paste on there, and I will leave this. I will use margin top and bottom. I will use 1 rem. Then I will call that to make a space top and bottom, right? Perfect, as you can see, guys. So this is a very simple section of the services. In the next video we're going to discuss another section. So thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day. Hey guys, welcome back. In this video I'm going to show you how you can create a team section, but before using team section or creating a team section, I'm going to show you how you can fix that. Basically those are issues appeared with the help of Flexbox, which size you want to assign on the each box. For example, I will use border 1 pixel solid, and this is the border color DDD. You will able to see each box, right? I maximize that, and as you can see those are appeared in the same position because I have changed the size on that. As you can see, 300 by 300. If you increase the size, 350 by 350, as you can see, right? So you need to change the size. So I use 320, and also I use 320 on there, as you can see. So those are appeared perfectly on this section. So let's talk about the team section, right? I go to my page. In the team section I will use same tactics to display the images, and also I will use the font of SM icon, I mean social sharing icons. Team start, this will be closed. Also one more thing, why I'm going to change that. This is the blue color of the link, so I go to above and I target the color of the link will be 333, right, as you can see. So let's work on the team start section. So I call the section, assign the ID will be team, and also I will use class top and bottom padding will be 3, class container. I want to display the complete data in the center, and I call it h1, and I call team. I'll do same thing, class text center and m heading, and this will be paragraph lorem text, and inside there I'm gonna add the lead class, and also text will be center. I will use I'm gonna cut that, and I will create another class I call team content because I will manage it. So let's see, right? So where is the team? In the team section I will use same tactics which I've used on above, like image box. Those images box appeared in the image section, so I will create a same section but change the name, right? So this is a team content. Inside there I will create a div and assign the class team authors, right? And also use padding top and bottom 3 will be. Then I will create another div. Inside there, those are boxes, we will use them. Team author. Inside the team author I call images team 1, right? And I'm gonna add the name. The name will be, what do you mean, Anand, and the designation will be lead designer. So I will assign the classes on there. The first one is a class will be text sender, and this will be, I'm going to use first one, I'm going to use dummy text, and text will be sender. First save that, let's see. Right, so this is the image and those are text. So the next thing is I will create a div I call social icons. So I want to use the icons on there. So call anchor link. In the first section I call the class fa brands, fa Twitter, right, Twitter, and also I will increase the font size of the Twitter, right. So I will use 3 times and change to Facebook, and this will be LinkedIn, right. Face fa brands, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, right. So we will manage it on CSS. So I'm going to show you. I go to style.css page, and first I'm gonna use this one section, second time and third time, because I will use them in the same line. The second one, first I'm gonna save that, and as you can see, the second one I'm gonna change the name, Dinah Peterson, and this will be lead marketer, and last is Larry Parker, and this is the lead developer, right. So first have that. So those are content with images, so we will use them inside the CSS. So just a minute. Call team start, and this will be close. The first thing is I'm going to call the team. I'm going to assign the background color will be F8, F9, FA, light gray, right. But you can't see the light gray, right. Don't worry. I call the team authors. This is the parent class or parent div. So inside there I'm going to call display flex to display everything in the center in the same line, right, as you can see. And then the next thing is I'm going to maximize that. Flex direction I'm going to use row. This is default. Justify content I'm going to use a space between to make a space in the first and second one section, or first and second box, and I call flex wrap will be wrap, right. So this is a small screen, but you will increase that as you can see, right. So here is this space. So the next is I call the team ID, the team authors, and then I call team author box. I select the particular box. So this is a class name. I assign the class on there. As you can see, this is a particular box, right? This is a particular box. So in this particular box, I call margin 1 rem, top and bottom, left and right. I'm going to use 1 reference, right. Then I target the images, right. So I target team author ing, and I call the width will be 250 pixel, right? And I'm going to use border radius will be 50%, right? Then use border will be 6 pixel, solid DDD, perfect. And then what is the next? Okay, just a minute, I check that. I want to display the content in the center, so this is the image, border radius, margin top and bottom. Just a minute. Okay, I will manage it on later. This time we just manage another content. So I call the social sharing icons team author. Inside the author I have a social icon class. So I just use display flex on that, and then I call justify content will be center space evenly to make a space on, right? But why this is not working properly? So I need to check that. H3 and this text align will be center. Perfect, as you can see, guys, right? So those are our team members, right? So hope you are understood as well how you can select the images and display the images in the page with the help of Flexbox. So hope you are understood as well. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day. Hey guys, let's talk about how we can display the company's logo inside our website. So I think everything is perfect on our site. So I go to my code editor and I'm going to show you how you can display the company's logo. So I call company's start and this will be close. If you want to use the div, you can do the I'm using section, so the best you can use best thing as you want. So I use the company ID and also I use padding top and bottom 3. Create a div logo and I will create a div that I will not div. Inside the div I'm going to create a getting the images and logos Facebook, and this will be Google and IBM, and this is first have that, and I'm gonna open that. So the image, the logo images have been too large, right? So we need to fix that. So I have used images tag inside the div tag, so we will use the block level element to manage it. So I'm going to show you how you can do that. I go to my CSS and I call the company start and this will be close. I call companies, I call display flags, so then let's see, can't see any changes because the image size is too large. So I target this one div because sometimes we are facing a mistake. Where is images? I can't see the images right now, but don't worry, we will use many other classes to manage justify content, I call sender. Align item, I call sender. Then I call the companies, and that logo class, inside the logo have images. So first thing I'm going to call display block. Okay, I can't see the images right now, but don't worry, we will manage that. I will call margin left and right will be auto, and I'm going to assign the width 60% of the main container div. I can't see the images, I don't know. Okay, I call this one, right, as you can see. Then the next thing I call the justify content center. Okay, I select logo, companies, logo. Okay, I will use the logo on the, because I want to make everything in the center perfect, right, as you can see. So I think we need to use them inside the container, but I'll leave the container this time. Facebook, Microsoft, and companies.logo, display flex, justify content will be sender, align item will be sender, and logo, display block, margin, perfect. So I think this is the perfect for us, right? So everything in the center. But another thing is, when I go down, or I am able to see the small screen size or decrease the size of the browser, I want to manage this one. As you can see, those will appear in the large or in the wide screen size. So you can just use the class inside the navbar will be, just a minute, I'm going to show you. Need to call space evenly. So let's see this time. Yes, perfect, as you can see, in the same position. Those are appeared in the same position, right? So the next thing is the contact form, right? So we will create a contact form to display after this one section. So I go to my index.html and I call contact start, contact close. So call section, and ID will be contact us, and also I'm going to use padding top and bottom will be 3. So inside there I'm going to call the class container, and then I call h1, assign the class, text will be sender, and also m heading means medium heading. I'm going to use contact, call lorem text, just a minute. Alright, so let's see, perfect. And also I'm gonna add the class on this one section will be lead, and text also those will be sender. So perfect. So the next thing is I will display the input fields, right? So this is a container. Inside the container I will write the div, assign the class contact form, and inside there I'm going to create a div, assign the class input fields, call form tag, and leave the action because we don't need to send the request with another page. I just use that. Input text field will be I use class form control, and also I'm going to add the placeholder, your name, your email, and this will be type will be email, and then finally I'm going to add the text area and leave everything default, but I will use the placeholder will be your message, and also I'm going to add the same class form control, right? No, I'll leave. Yes, I will use that. First other, let's see. So our form, but don't worry, we will manage that with the help of CSS. So after the text area, I'm going to call the button tag and call send message. I call the btn class inside there. I just use btn, right? Perfect, as you can see. But I will use that inside the anchor link. Okay. It is readable. Why clickable? But I will assign the class on there. I think it should be displayed perfectly. No, I will use the class on there and leave this one. I will use that on later. This time you just need to know, right? But I'll leave the, just a minute, use simple anchor link and assign the class btn. Perfect. Okay, so let's work on that to contact start. This will be close. So first of all, we need to select the contact us ID, and I'm going to assign the background of the 2E, 2E, 2F, dark gray, and color will be white. So let's see. Perfect. And then I'm going to target contact underscore us input fields. I'm going to show you the class that I have used inside there, this one class. So inside there I'm going to call the display flex. Flex direction will be row. The default is a row. You know all about that. Justify content will be center. And also I'm going to use flex wrap because I will use that in the small screen size. Your name, your email, and I think we need to add one input field. Yeah, your phone, right? So right, so let's fix this one on the CSS. So flex wrap, then I call the form control This is a class which appeared inside the contact us ID, and I'm gonna assign the width 100%. Padding all side will be 1 rem, and I'm gonna use margin bottom will be 0.5 rem. So I think it should be displayed perfectly. No. Form control. Why? Okay, I will use ID. Inside the ID have a form control. No. Input fields. Why it doesn't work on that? Just a minute, I check the fields, input fields. This is a contact form, input fields. Inside the input fields have everything. So I copy it and paste on there. First that, let's see. Why it doesn't input field and form control. As you can see, guys, so this is my mistake of this one form. I'm in text, so I think yes, I use form dot form hyphen control, so it should be displayed perfectly, right? As you can see, in the next section, I'm gonna next video we're gonna display the simple footer. So hope you understood as well. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day. Hey guys, let's talk about how you can create a footer section inside our website. So our website is almost complete and everything is perfect on this one page, right? So this is a normal screen of the page. So I go to my code editor, and the first thing I'm gonna change the input text field. I'm gonna use font size will be 1 rem. So let's see, so the fonts are bigger now, and also I'm gonna remove the some content on there because I don't like that. So perfect, so everything is perfect on there. So the footer section, I just write the footer start, and this will be close. So I call the footer, right, and call the div class container, right, and inside the container I just display the few links. The first one is I'm gonna add the footer content, right? So inside there I'm gonna add the link, not a link, I call the paragraph tag and call the copyright, and I call and copy href, and this is my site name, and inside there I'm going to use OnlineITtuts, right? And after this one I'm going to use 2022 for further. Let's see, right? So the next thing is I will use same thing, but I will same thing on there, and inside there I'm going to use the links and remove the call link, and inside there I'm going to call the privacy policy, and the second one I'm going to call the terms and conditions. So let's see, right? So I will manage it on the another day and call the footer data, because this is a parent, so we will use that inside our CSS to manage it. So copy and call the start, and this will be close. So I call the first, I'm going to call the footer, and I'm going to use padding. Top and bottom will be 1 rem, all right? And then I call the, just a minute, footer data class, call display flex, save, and let's see, right? And then I'm going to call the justify content will be space between. So save, let's see, perfect. So align atom is also, I use align atoms will be center. So I think everything is perfect on there. So this is a very simple footer, and this is our complete website that are developed in HTML, CSS, and mostly I have used the Flexbox. So the next thing is very important. I will use the CSS in the small screen size to manage it, right? So in the small screen size everything is perfect, but we need to manage this one section and also this one section and menus. So the first thing is decrease the size of the browser. I think we need to first, I'm going to check this is the content, so I want to display this one content in the center, so I think we need to check showcase content, justify content, say align item center, and I've used the where I've used the L heading, this one. So I text element will be center. So let's see. So I use the everything in the center right now, as you can see. So I check another things inside my website. Everything is perfect on there, guys. So let's work on the CSS. I mean small screen size. So I'm going to create a, I cut that and I paste it, same thing. Before this one, I'm going to call the mobile CSS and call mobile.css file, and I will use the attribute on the media screen, and I'm going to use max width will be 768 pixel, right? So when it hits 768 pixel, then this file is load. So I will create a file, mobile.css, right? So inside there I just use this way, and first thing I'm gonna manage my navbar. So I go to this one section, so I copy this one and paste there, because I want to manage the navbar. So in the navbar I just call Flexbox. Flex direction will be column. So first I'm going to save the, let's see output of this one. Just a minute guys. So right, as you can see in the small screen size. Then the next thing is I want to display the content in the center, so I call align item will be center. So save, right? Then I call the logo class navbar.logo, and I'm going to use padding bottom will be 1 rem to make a space between our menus, and just a minute, right? And also I'm going to use text align will be center. Perfect. I think we need to just a minute, I'm going to check that what is the problem now on this one section. Okay, I call the navbar UL, and I'm going to use padding all side will be 0.5 rem to make everything is perfect on there, right? So this is perfect. Then the next thing is this one section. So I want to display everything in the center, means this will be appear in the center. So I call the, I think this is services, not services, this is the contact team section. So where is team now? And team this one. So I call this one team, and I just call flex direction will be not flex. I'm gonna use justify content will be center. It will display the center. Okay. Team authors. So dot authors. Perfect, right, guys, as you can see. So very simple. So this is our right, so this is our small screen. This is a size we need to check that inside Google Developer Tool. So 7, this is a small screen, but inside there, okay, here is another problem. We need to fix this one issue. So what is the name of this one? So I close this one, and I call the services, this one, services dot items, and I'm going to call flex direction will be column. So that, let's see on this one screen on Google Developer Tool. and perfect, as you can see guys. Perfect, 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 everything is perfect, right? And also I'm gonna add the class inside there to display the content in the center, but menus are not appeared on there, so I will change the size. I think we will, so I'm gonna use font size will be 1 rem in the menu, so I think it should be, so I need to check that. So logo, so here is a space, right? So I need to check that where is my navbar li padding have a 1 rem in the anchor link, so I will decrease that navbar ul li anchor link, so I call the padding all side will be 0.5 rem. Okay, but I can't see perfectly. Let's check it in the different skin sizes. So I think something is wrong on there, because I'm able to see scroll bar. I don't need to display the scroll bar on there. So this is the size of the, so I need to work on this 768 pixels, so customize that and 768. In the 768 pixel have a scroll bar, right? Why I have seen the scroll bar, right? So okay, I'm gonna close that and open my code editor. I just max with 768 pixel. So I think first I'm gonna decrease. In this position here everything is perfect, right? Perfect. But in the small screen size, just a minute, I'm gonna check that everything is perfect on there also, but we need to work on the large screen size, right? After the 768, in the 9 screen 769 I can't see perfectly. I'm going to show you like this one. And another important thing is we need to create another file to manage it, right? So I think everything is perfect on there, so I need to check that. Just a minute. So 769, then I'm gonna decrease the size, and I'm gonna check the max size of this one where it will move, right? So also okay, 909. So I will create a file on this one. After this one, and this max width will be, what is the next width? 909. So I'm gonna paste on the second one pixel, and I will create a file that, like a normal.css. You can write any name as you want, and I'm going to change the So just a minute. Next page 760, and this is the next one file. So this file name is normal.css, right? So I think in the 909 file, this one file, I just use same styling like this one. So not this one, this is this one. So let's see, right? As you can see, so everything perfect on there, right? So let's move on the largest skin size. Perfect, right? So this is a very helpful layout for different devices. Let's check it now one more time in the small skin size. So I think we need to fix this one. This is an optional. So this is a browser issue. I'm not focused on that, so I check that in the right. Perfect, right guys, as you can see, right? So I check this one, and also I select the iPhone Pro, and I'm going to use this way, right? As you can see, so this is a complete responsive website. If you miss anything else inside this one tutorial, you can use your own styling to manage it. So I'm going to show you another things. As you can see, you can face any problem during the code. You can write the query or question on the Google. You will get the particular answer on there. So I hope you have understood as well how you can create a responsive website using HTML CSS with the help of Flexbox. Have a nice day, guys.